Oh, that's LaDainian Tomlinson at the tail end.
Yeah, he was hot.
He wasn't
on that
happy
one. Right.
because after the Patriots beat the 14-2 Chargers in their own building, Patriots players were doing the Sean Merriman lights out dance in the middle of the field.
Right.
And LaDainian Tomlinson not a big fan of that gesture. It was Troy Brown with the strip of Marlon McCree. It was Riche Caldwell with the recovery. The game was over at that point. If Marlon McCree holds on to the ball after that interception, it's done. And the Patriots find a way to win. And what if Marlon McCree holds on to that ball? I know we're going back 13 years for this one.
Yeah.
But Marty Schottenheimer doesn't get fired. That's for damn sure. And Marty Schottenheimer and the Chargers may have gone to the Super Bowl, and they may have won it that year. That was the year that the Colts beat the Bears in Miami.
Right.
And the Colts would have had to go to San Diego to play the Chargers in the AFC Championship game. And maybe Peyton Manning never wins a Super Bowl with the Colts. Chris, maybe Tony Dungy's not in the Hall of Fame if Marlon McCree holds on to that ball, because without a Super Bowl win, it makes it hard to put Tony Dungy in.
Well, I know the ripple effects of this one are what are amazing. I mean, yes. So let's stay with 2006. Of course, I was playing at that point. That was the year I lost my spleen. But the Chargers were the best team in football that year. There's no doubt about it. And they were the better team on the field that day and didn't even play their best game. Yeah, they messed it up. And that's what's crazy about, quarterbacks in the NFL. You look at it and go, well, Phillip Rivers hasn't won any big games. Well, here's a 1 year where he put his team in position to win the damn game, and other people failed him. But we'll look back in history and go, Phillip Rivers didn't win big games, and it's just not fair. That's what happens at quarterback position too much. But, man, I have a hard time, Mike, believing, of course, that they win that game. That seals the deal. And I have a hard time believing they don't win the next week with the Colts coming into town, a team that I think they matched up with very well at the time. And we saw that in the following year where, the Chargers went up to Indianapolis and beat them in a divisional playoff game. But, yeah, I would if the Chargers win that game against the Patriots, I would peg them the Super Bowl champs. Like I said, I think they were better than the Colts. I definitely think they were better than that Chicago Bear team. They win the Super Bowl. And then what is the ripple effect from there, Mike? Because now it's 2007, and yes, we know that's the year the Patriots go undefeated, but also the Colts would be a different team in 2007 too, because they have not won a Super Bowl. So Dungy and Manning are still hungry and mad, and are just chomping at the bit bigger than ever. To where it makes me think that 2007 might have been different too, if this were the outcome or scenario.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if the Colts don't win that one, they've got even greater incentive to keep trying to win that one.
We're on a mission.
How hard it is for the team that wins it all to go back to 0-0 and reset and do it all over again. After winning it all, it sets the stage for a team like the Patriots to take over the conference and take over the league, although they obviously didn't win the Super Bowl. But we could have had the Manning brothers squaring off in the Super Bowl.
I mean,
2007.
Right. Or we could have had the three quarterbacks from the 2004 draft win 3 Super Bowls in a row, with Roethlisberger in 2005, Phillip Rivers in 2006, and Manning in 2007. That was another thing I thought about, where I just would have said, whoa, that would have put that quarterback class into another stratosphere. They win Super Bowls in years, 2, 3, and 4 of their careers consecutively. That would have been kind of a phenomenal storyline to go with it. But yeah, those Chargers teams, Mike, even leading back into what was Drew Brees' last year there, 2004 or 5?
5.
Man, they were just phenomenal. I mean, they were in the conversation. One of the years, I know they didn't make the playoffs. I think that was the 2004 season, or maybe that was the 5 season. But they were like,
5.
I know within the NFL, in the conversation for, that's one of the best teams in football, and they just never did anything to kind of put themselves on the map.
And, I mean, think about it. That year after, the first year after they let Drew Brees walk away and they make Phillip Rivers the unquestioned starter, they have that 14-2 season.
14-2, right.
And that was Brees' first year with the Saints. And actually, the Saints did better that year than the Chargers,
right,
because the Saints made it to the NFC Championship, and that was the post-Katrina year. I mean, a lot of crazy storylines in the NFL in the 2006 season, and it may have been even crazier. It could have been the Chargers and the Bears, and hell, there's still a chance we go back and do this again. It's Brees versus Rivers. It's Brees getting a shot at the Chargers in Super Bowl 41. So
that would have been amazing.
To discuss on that one. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.